So, Chris, a 2-0 loss here at home to Weymouth. Obviously not really the bounce back we were looking for.
In terms of result, absolutely not. But the feeling I'm feeling today is a completely different feeling to what I felt after the game Saturday. There was a certain sense of pride in the way we went about our business today, real character, real energy, real heart in our performance. And we knew exactly what to expect from them. And we knew they'd come out the traps relatively quickly and try and stick a lot of pressure on us. And first and second balls were going to be really, really key. And and they did. They started really, really quick. It's credit to them. They started absolutely brightly on the front foot, physical. And once they scored the goal, I felt that that made our boys relax a little bit. We started playing our football, wrestled a little bit of control of the game, and played some really, really good stuff in the first half. And the only reason that we don't kind of equalise is we just lack that last little bit. That last cross, that last set, that last strike on goal. We just missed that little bit of quality in those moments, and ultimately that leaves us short. And I think it was very clear coming out second half. The momentum was with us. We had lots of belief, lots of quality, lots of possession, and we caused them a lot of problems. It was very, very evident. And there's a monumental moment within the game, and that completely changed the whole course. That one moment killed our momentum, killed one of our players in terms of. I'd love to be able to say what I want to say. I shouldn't be punished for saying my true feelings and my observations. It's right in front of us. However, I believe that anyone who knows anything about the game knows that particular moment, a 2-footed lunge that makes contact 4 inches above someone's ankle, is not reckless. That player knows exactly what he's doing, and everyone else on that pitch, barring the man with the whistle, knows exactly what he's done. And when you hear a commentator behind you say it's a straight red, referee's got no choice, and even then after that, if he gives him a yellow card and his official teammate, his assistant linesman, if you like, his assistant referee, tells him it's a red card, and he says no, I'm going on my decision. I think it's really disappointing. Really disappointing. I'm massively hurt for James because he was having a really huge impact on the game, causing them a lot of problems, and that player knows exactly what he's doing. And then they take him straight off because they know, everyone knows in that moment. And it kind of compounds it. We get an injury with James, absolutely horrific tackle, and then we get Rocky as well, who's picked up a little bit of a knock. Hopefully it's not as bad as what we think, but when someone goes down clutching a hamstring, everyone thinks the worst. So, we'll assess him tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. But in terms of the way the team performed, the way that everybody, even the ones that came on to the pitch, showed heart, showed desire, showed energy, showed real passion for the shirt, and that's all we can ask. And if we play like that week in, week out, we'll win more games than we don't. And that's the main thing that we take from today.
Yeah, I was just about to say on obviously James and Rocky, like what are the injuries potentially looking like? Are they serious, or what can we expect for that?
We won't know. Obviously, both injuries are swollen up, and Ben will check them out over the next kind of 24, 48 hours once that swelling's dissipated. And I've got no doubt that we'll get a little bit more information in that time. And we're just we're really hopeful that they're not as bad as first feared. But when somebody's safety is put at risk, I mean that says enough. It says enough.
Obviously, we've got Gloucester at home again on Saturday. Home again. So what are we going to be looking to do to obviously capitalise and make sure we can take the 3 points away? Just
more of the way we played today. We have to start bright. We have to be brave to compete physically. We have to be brave enough to get on the ball and try and dictate play as we did once we went a goal behind. And we controlled the game. Another opposition on Saturday, really tough fixture, a tough opponent. But we know that the first 5 or 6 games of our campaign are going to be tough, and we felt we were ready. We felt confident in ourselves, and we've got real belief in the squad. And I've just been in there with them just then, and there's probably nothing that I could have said in that moment to make them feel any better, to make them feel any justice, we didn't get what we deserved today. It's as simple as that. We didn't get what we deserved, but football is like that. You have to earn everything in football, and you know, we've got to dust ourselves down. We've got to recover. We've got to repair, and we've got to try and find out what we've got available to us on Saturday. And you know, we've got a squad that are hungry. You know, everyone's desperate to play. You know, I've got players that you leave out, and they're all desperate to play. They're desperate to make their contribution, desperate to be part of it. And you know, with these injuries, it will give players opportunity. But you know, we have to make sure that the players that come in are prepared and ready, and we feel through pre-season they are. And you know, we'll do our very best to turn up here on Saturday and go again and give more heart and belief like we had today. And like I said, if we perform like that week in, week out, we will win more games than we don't.
Just a quick one, obviously a debut today for Faz. How do you think you got on?
Well, it's just like we've got players that bring something different. Faz is a tidy little player, likes to link and combine off the front man. Gave us lots of energy in transition as well, and was prepared to run back. I think it was unlucky that he picked up an early yellow card, which kind of stopped his work rate and his impact out of possession, because he wasn't able to kind of be as close and as snappy in around those tackles. But you know, he showed that he's got ability to find a pass and link and combine. And you know, the more players get involved and the more they play, the more they'll kind of show what they're about. So you know, it's really important that the boys feel settled coming in and learn the way we play, and no doubt the group that we've got that have been here that little bit longer will help them settle as well. So yeah, we're hopeful that as a group and as individuals we can continue to go from strength to strength.